I'll put one more over here so we don't. Kind of stay within this area, right?
No, you can go all the way to here.
Oh, yeah. Just not up there. I get it.
So we've looked at our videos a couple times, and we're still a little bit robotic looking. And
But do you think, can you see an improvement?
It is an improvement, but it's still, you know, you can, like when we dance with you, you can see the difference. You know, I mean, you know, so. So I was wondering, we're just practicing the promenade. So should you have, as you push off, should you have some sway this way?
On the first step or when you do the ending?
The first step.
Actually, the first two steps have no sway.
Oh, okay.
And then the sway is at the end on the side together.
Because I was telling her we should sway, because I thought whenever you push, you should sway. That's what I thought.
Yeah, so the sway really happens moving to the side, right? Is where most of your sway comes in.
Aren't you moving to the side? No, you consider that forward more or less, huh?
Yeah, that's considered more
forward, that's why.
I mean, you can't say side and promenade there, but it is more of... the other thing is that if you think about when you move to the side and you're moving out onto a toe, that creates that sway. When you're doing this, you're doing a regular, like a walking, so it gives it more of that.
Okay, so just to make sure I understand, so is that sort of what you want to do, more or less?
Uh-huh. So you're straighter here. And I want to make sure again that I don't drop back this way. And then here, swing. So when I go to the side, do you see how by putting the foot out while I'm still here, that's what gives me the shape.
Okay. See, that was a good teaching point. And we'll do it this way so the camera.
I guess I got the, it's like so much noise in here. Should I turn the music down a little bit, do you think? Okay.
I can dance easier if I can hear the music.
Okay.
So let's go perpendicular to the camera view, like line up this way. And we'll do it, we're going to promenade to the corner from here.
In promenade?
I want to clearly see if we got the right swing.
Okay. There we go. Like, what's wrong over here, huh?
Let's get this way. Yeah, I guess we just go.
I'm trying to start in the middle of this.
So, and here's one thing for you. If I'm standing behind you here, it kind of looks like, you see I'm a little bit, so here.
Okay.
And really push.
Okay.
You know, so you get more drive through there. Let me do it going back this way. Again, do you see if I come in a little bit towards you, how? And then just getting that smoothness when you move to the side, like remember, like I said, having like a book on your head. So you're
thinking about more of the, and they said, now let's sway, and I'm like, well, I don't have a book on my head.
Yeah, so it's not so much this, but you see kind of under, everything's kind of swinging under the head more than the head tipping.
And the other thing you just pointed out, you should be leaning back. So we should almost like have our belly buttons touching, sort of, and then leaning back.
Yeah. So there's a difference between opening up this way from each other and leaning back. You see, so this is leaning back. This is looking out here, right? Yeah?
Right.
Instead of, you know, like where you're closer into each other. So having this space between you, and as you dance closer together, it becomes a little more difficult because your legs, everything's closer.
Yeah, right.
So it's good to kind of get it a little bit further away in the beginning and then eventually move in closer and closer to where you're actually right behind his hip.
Because when you make turns, it's easier if it's closer, right?
On the rotation,
Yeah,
it's like,
rotation,
yes,
right.
yeah. And yeah, there you go. And so as much as you can, in fact, I'm going to pull your hand out one time out to the side here. I'm going to pull it straight out. That's it. And relax this down as I pull this out and keeping this here. And keeping this. Yeah. And then moving you maybe a little bit back towards his hand this way, towards me maybe, your whole body. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right? Do you see how I brought her towards your hand more? So instead of you going more towards... And now, so just a little bit, I still see your shoulders a little closer than your hips. So if I just think of making sure my shoulders stay right over my hip. So, or, so hand up a little bit, there you go. And right in the middle, that's it. So I can see both of your faces. Better though, yeah. You had it.
She's hopping on one of the
I'm trying to go. That's what I'm just going to say. Is that if I push off, then I hop.
Yeah, I feel like she goes slow hop.
I'm trying to push off more to go.
Yeah, I think you're pushing that way
instead of sideways.
Instead of pushing like I'm pushing across the floor and not up over the floor. Let me do that next to you. So we go. And do it one time maybe towards the mirror, and that way I can actually see you too. So I'll get behind you, or in front of you, and let me put you. So we're going to go this way though. Yeah, so I'll put you behind me so you can walk. In fact, let's back up so we won't get out of the camera to give us a few more. So I'm looking right to the outside of my hand. As you push to the side, yeah. Right as you push to the side, so if I can do it just going this way once, I can show you. Right here, there's that little. Yeah, it's right on the side together. pushing across the floor and not, yep. And that would actually be a good exercise to put a book on your head. If you did it in your hallway at home with the book and just doing this. And for you, Elliott, I talked about this a little bit last week, is that if I stopped and did a freeze frame, there's never a point that both feet are flat on the floor like they are right now. So if this one is flat, then this one is here, and then as it goes down, this one comes up. So there's always that roll through the feet. So if I don't roll through the feet and I just place them flat, and that's what I think you still see for your own.
Because I'm trying to polish the floor, so that's what I'm thinking about. Polish. So at least the roll then. So you got to do both.
Right. So I'm polishing it with like different parts of the foot instead of the whole foot, right? Yeah. So as it comes out, yeah, much better. That's it. Much better. Yeah, and it's easy that you tend to have slightly different things that you have to work on, right? You know, so because
that way we can make sure our hands are pointing the right way.
And I think we worked on this for you last week or the week before when you were doing your side together and it was moving back a little bit on the side. That's what I'm noticing for you this time. So as you went this way, your side step went a little bit instead of directly. So if I made a straight line here, it's backing up just a little bit on your side step. Let me just do that with you towards the camera one time. And then let your hand, well, no, you stay there. I'm going to be a little bit more behind you.
Okay.
So it's getting used to that offset position because it feels like more comfortable there.
Right.
But I want to follow you, so I want to be, again, if somebody was standing here, they should be able to see my whole profile behind you instead of... So watch this step here. Turn back in a little bit more towards me. Turn back in more. Feels like that foot is going away a little bit. So make sure it's on the same lines. Yeah. And again, I think that's what got this away more than your shoulders because your foot was moving away a little bit. Yeah.
I never thought this step would require this much work. Hey, this is such a simple step that you wouldn't think. It's not going to repeat, right? Oh, no, it is repeating.
No, it was going on in the playlist.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I just have to make sure we didn't pick up one of the songs that...
Don't worry about it. You can just...
Okay. This one's a little fast. Let me get...
come back to that.
I think that it's good because.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did the basic, the turning, the forward backside together, the promenade, and we did that side.
Yeah, we want to do the sway thing just a little bit.
Okay.
And then probably even just go to a basic box step to get the up and downs right.
Right.
Do you actually do the up and downs as much? Not as much as waltz, right?
No. Similar, but not as much.
Yeah.
Timing.
Yeah. So, whatever. So the sway, let's see. We have to do.
And that was the one that you said is really good on a crowded dance floor. That was good. So it has a little bit of a sway to it, right? And I think about swinging under, like, so you see how my head kind of doesn't move so much instead of going.
Yeah.
So as I sway, yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I see. If you feel like your head is the pivot point,
right?
It's a different feeling than moving this side.
Yes,
side.
yes.
Right.
So it's like a pendulum kind of action, right? Swinging the most, the lowest.
And it feels better too when you do it that way.
Yeah.
And so when you're doing the swing on that, so I swing, swing, side together, swing, swing. Now what you were doing was more like the dance the swing where it goes this way.
Yeah.
Right? So a little bit different action, right? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we're going back and forth again.
Yeah.
You gotta pivot.
Yeah, do you see how it's easy to do this?
Yeah, right.
And then the head moves the most,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the count on this is
1, 2,
sway,
Isn't it just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1?
Yep.
sway, touch, right?
Yeah, so you're going side, touch, side, change weight. Side, touch, side, change weight. So that last one you actually are doing a weight change, and the other ones you were just touching. There you go. So swinging the leg out first instead of swinging the shoulders. There you go. Nice. Yeah. And then you know how to get in and out of that, right? If you're doing your other patterns. Like if you're doing, like, let's say if I'm just doing a basic. And for some reason I want to stay here. And then I can do just one of them and come out if I want. But you see, it feels different than promenade because I don't turn my body at all, right? I'm not doing, which has that little bit of rotation. So I can put it in anywhere, and I can do as many as I want. But I have to make sure that the step goes directly to the side, not kind of part way forward and part way.
Because then you get a
because then it's like, wait, is it?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
So let's just do an assortment of steps randomly. Okay. All the steps we know and throw that in.
Yep,
here and there.
mix it in. So, see, I think it's getting better mixing things up,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, Darlene.
Darlene, hey. Hello. Yep.
Oh yeah, look at those shoes.
I was too lazy to change shoes from the dance, you know.
Those are dance shoes?
Yeah.
Wow.
They come in every color. Emerald green, magenta,
Online.
And you wear them outside?
Linda Vista.
Linda Vista?
You know where the Nordstrom's is over there? You
Oh.
get off and
At UTC?
It goes into Friars Road, is it? It turns into Linda Vista. Let's see, 805 to, not Genesee, the next one. Where you, if you're going to Nordstrom's, instead of going left, I don't want to interfere on this. You go left, you go straight. I'll take you there sometime.
At UTC, not the Capizio store.
No, it's not Capizio, they're from Vietnam. $40, girl.
Oh, totally have to figure out where that is. Those are so cute. Wow.
Pretty stylish.
I wonder if they came decorated too, or she decorated them. Well, I can't figure out what place she's talking about. UTC?
Well, UTC is not France Road.
Right.
France
Over
Road
by
is.
Fashion Valley.
Oh, because she said Linda
But she
Vista.
said you go Linda Vista, so you must not go right towards that. No, she said Nordstrom, but there's a Nordstrom there at Fashion Valley.
There's a
So-
Nordstrom rack or something too there, right? Isn't there? I don't
Let me turn this down. It definitely is getting louder. Yeah, good.
And we're doing the promenade.
Yeah, we're starting to lose frame.
Well, here, this was like sticking over here or something.
I felt like my right arm was going haywire.
Started to like, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But much better though, I think, you know, putting everything together,
Yeah.
doesn't that start, because that was the thing with this dance,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, the other pattern that's really good for this is the zigzag. Did we do the
Oh,
zigzag?
No, we
Maybe at
haven't
one
done it.
point we did.
Maybe in some
Because there's
other-
a zigzag where it's called in line, where I'll be walking towards you and then you'll be walking towards me. And then there's outside partner where we walk on the outside.
familiar with that stuff.
Yeah. So here's a basic. So here is the zigzag in line where you walk towards, I walk towards you, you walk towards me. And I'm just going to turn us here. And then outside partner, I walk on the outside of your feet, and you walk on the outside of mine. And now, when you walk on the outside, if you go as close as you can to my feet,
better,
so
yeah.
if you walk on the outside and starting with your right foot, yeah, so as close as you can, and now watch that I walk as close as I can.
Oh,
Whoop,
yeah.
I got a little too close. I did.
We were close.
There you go. As opposed to,
That, yeah.
you see how far away we are?
Yeah.
So if the closer we can keep our steps towards each other, when we're in that outside partner position, the easier it is to stay in alignment. And just, do you see I'm barely?
Yeah, we were watching this on the Dance Vision DVDs, and the way
Yeah.
they explain it, they said try to keep your bottom of the body sort of aligned, and the turn outside is mostly on the top part of the body. Is that a fair way to look at it or not? When you do the outside
For
partner.
outside partner?
When you do the outside partner,
Actually-
like, don't step completely outside, like more the bottom, like you said, are closer, and then
Actually, I think of it just the opposite, that I'm going to try to keep my upper body as much as I can towards you, but I'm going to just turn my feet so that they slightly angle. So, do you see? So, I'm not really turning the upper part of the body, but just the feet a little bit, as opposed to doing,
Right.
See, that was turning the upper body. So I'm just rotating enough so if my foot goes towards you, if I'm just right here and I take a step directly towards you, or if I don't change anything but I take my step.
I see, that's all you see.
So instead of doing, which most people do in the beginning, right? Because they feel like I got to get out there. So
Let's try that.
so the minimal that you can rotate away, the less you have to do to come back. So you're just very efficient with your movement.
Outside partner on me.
Yeah. Now, so what's happened?
That wasn't outside partner yet.
No, but I was
but you were
doing
sort of
whatever you wanted me to do.
Yeah. So what happens again if it does rotate through the upper body, then it does put her.
So I led her that way by rotating too
It
much.
might be a little bit if she might have anticipated it.
Right.
Can I do it with you one time? And I'm gonna just follow and see if I can tell. So I feel like you open, so I feel like everything's like tight. Yeah, there you go.
This music is very slow. Or am I reading it wrong?
Yeah, you see how I keep stepping on you on the second step there? So when you stepped backwards, you kind of went out this way, and then this step ended up not going very far, your second step. So let me just have you do the inline one again, the same one you were doing. So you go to here. Now, right here on the side together, you're going to turn everything, your feet and body. So if I do, so if this is my line of dance,
instead of just step my foot.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to zigzag. So I'm gonna zig this way and zag that way, right? So you can see where I turn through the feet and back up, turn through the feet.
Smushing the turn.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
And that's why it was hard for her to tell exactly what. So open this up a little more. And now I'm going to back lead you just a little bit. So I'm going to kind of put myself in the right place so you can feel. So as you come forward, now come all the way to there and all the way to here, all the way to there.
Yeah, I see. I did that one. I did it again. I didn't really
come around.
Yeah, right. Okay, I got the idea.
Gotta catch up. He's going. And now, be careful again. It's like expand. Yeah. So it's easy to want to go to hold her in. Yeah. Oh, it's over anyway. Let's see.
I didn't do it again. I didn't want to do a twinkle or something. You know, I did this. Is this supposed to appear?
Yeah, you know, it starts to speed up in just a second, but I'm going to turn it up also. Do you see? So you have to get around enough so that she's still on this side of you, and what happens is that she's getting on the other side. Yeah. on this one, do you want to have clear alignments? So you know how you have your line of dance. So if this is my line of dance, I'm definitely going diagonal, diagonal. So if I started this way, okay, so you got a little bit ahead of me. So I'm going to head diagonal, diagonal. So you can feel that I kept those same angles going instead of kind of going off different ways, so that it just is, again, more efficient with the movement, where if I'm angling this way and kind of that, I lose exactly. But if I know I'm zigzagging all the way down the floor,
You're actually going to end up going in a straight line because you're zigzagging.
yes,
right.
Yeah. But you know, especially if you have a floor that's not that big, or even if you have a big floor and you just head straight down it all the time, it gets a little boring after a while.
Yeah, right.
But having that nice kind of zigzag down the floor gives it a whole different dimension. Yeah, now, so I'm starting to lose your angle. Yep. And you know how I get, like, so if this is my line of dance and I'm going at this angle, watch right here on my second step, watch what happens to this right foot. Yeah. So there's like a pivot on that right foot, and then she has more of a pivot on the right foot. So on the second one, when you, or excuse me, it's your left foot. As you go here, then you're doing a pivot. She does the pivot on the second half. So if you do the pivot on the first half, right here. Yeah, now, what happens when you're bringing me around? So you did the first half really good. You came around here. And when you brought me around, you did this. Yeah, instead of when you back up, do you see how, let's say I'm not going around a corner yet. Let's do it just on the straight line. Going here, here, and now this foot, do you see where it goes? Now you're taking it kind of back here, but do you see how I pointed towards the corner and close? Now I head towards the corner. Now I'm going to turn so that I'm into this corner. I back up, back to this corner, and right, so I'm basically continuing to move from corner to corner, 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 corner. Yeah. And that gives it, you know, some real defined direction. Now go corner. Yeah, and so got his feet when you were coming forward? Yeah, and so sometimes I think when you go back, you're not really moving your feet very far because your body's still staying here instead of, so corner, corner. See how you had, I go the most here, and now you go. Let me just go around this corner. Now I go diagonal. And now you go. Yeah.
Did it go enough?
Yeah. So you have like the widest step right there at the end.
Yeah.
He has it on the first part, and you have it on the second part because you're on the outside of that turn. And then when you move backwards, don't think about taking her with you. Just let her fill in the space. But the more you pull her, the less you actually move yourself, right? Because you're moving her. So when you back up, and then I think the hand, there you go. That's it. Nice. And watch that right side's getting, and as it gets tighter, you see her space from here to the elbow gets, you know, and then you start getting kind of right in front of each other.
And then it feels real sloppy too.
Yep. But you know, so now each time when you start, I believe it's starting out better, and then as you move, it kind of can. Because when I take you in dance position, so instead of pushing in towards you, I'm actually kind of pulling out, right? So you feel the difference of that, and right? Then that keeps getting tighter. Can I do this? You're just not going to take any steps. I just want you to feel something of how I'm going to hold you in dance position. So here, you see how everything's here.
Okay.
So here it keeps getting tighter and tighter and pushes you in front of me. Now watch, this actually pulls you. So I'm continually bringing you. Do you see? So here's your place to look right here. So just, and now I have my spot to look here. But if I do this, I mean, she's short enough you could still see over her, right? But you actually move her right in front of you, and it's harder to maneuver around the floor. Yeah.
Okay, let's give it one more try here.
But much better though. And the key is just like maintaining it, right? Because you get it in the beginning and it starts to drift just a little bit as you go along. So think of almost kind of pulling her to your right with your right arm. Shoulder, right shoulder relaxed. There you go. Nice. Right shoulder relaxed again. There you go. Nice, much better. Yeah.
start the pivot right away.
Yes, yes.
I tend to delay it, go here, and then all
Yep.
of a sudden,
Right.
you know.
It's too late, right?
Yeah,
Too hard to get
have
around.
feel like you're moving into the,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was much
Every
better.
other time I do the wrong thing. I just kind of
Every
like
other
go
time.
forward and then
But you know, the first step is just having the awareness of
Yeah.
whether that you are sometimes
Right,
getting
right.
it and sometimes not.
because it feels so much better when you actually swing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a lot easier there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was looking good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I never thought we'd spend a whole lesson just doing that, but that was
But you know what?
necessary.
After a while, though, because the step, it's not really learning where the steps
Right,
go,
right.
but how you're doing
Right,
it, and
right.
especially something that rotates.
Because I thought I knew how to do that step, but I really didn't at all. You know, because it just feels so different when you actually swing into that.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, like you said, the more you get to understand how to use your feet,
Right.
and that was the thing that you recognized when you watched yourself, right?
Right.
It didn't really, you know, the feet weren't smooth, making it as smooth as you would
Right,
like,
right,
right? So yeah, it's definitely getting smoother, and the frames are getting better. That was the best you did your frame, I thought,
No,
too.
you're
And your frame was good too. You definitely, yeah, yep, you were definitely keeping it
when
up.
you had me pretend I'm the woman, I could really feel the difference.
Yeah, right? And I think it's like, how can you totally be an effective leader if you have no idea what it feels like that you're
Right.
trying to create, producing? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super. Thank you.
Yeah.